Hi everyone, it's Gajana. Welcome back to my cozy corner of creativity. If you have been following along, you'll know I joined the A to Z Junk Journal Challenge hosted by Toni at CraftybyToni and Margus at SevenplazaCreative. I started strong, making daily takes inspired by my 15-minute morning musings about feelings and ideas that support our well-being. And then life happened. A thunderstorm rolled in, my craft room ceiling started leaking, family needed me, and suddenly my plan took a backseat. But here's the thing, I didn't give up. I finished the rest of the alphabet tags off camera, quietly in the middle of this messy thing of it all. And today I want to share those takes with you. Along with 14 lessons, life reminded me about how to stay grounded, creative, and kind to myself when everything goes sideways. So grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's flip through this imperfect, beautiful journey together. When the storm hit and the ceiling started leaking, my first reaction was pure panic. I rushed around looking for a bucket, grabbing towels, then started calling people, trying to control this uncontrollable weather. But somewhere in the middle of the chaos, I caught myself. I put my hand on my heart, took one deep breath, and just stood still. That tiny pause didn't fix the leak, but it helped me find my footing back. So what I learned is mindfulness isn't about escaping the storm. It's about finding calm inside it. So even in the middle of the mess, one mindful breath can change everything. And once I stood still, you know that feeling when you think I just push through, and then you find yourself running on caffeine and nerves, and I got worse and worse and more stressed and stressed. Finally, I made myself a hot cup of tea, sat down for 5 minutes and kept on breathing. It felt like I was watering a withered plant. So the lesson I learned, nurturing myself isn't a luxury when life gets hard. It's a necessity. When you're in survival mode, small acts of care are big victories. And from that tiny act of kindness to myself, after days of stress, the ceiling still wasn't fixed and my to-do list was a mile long. It would have been easy to sink into frustration, but I remembered storms pass. They always pass. Even if today feels heavy, tomorrow might bring clear skies, and that little hope kept me moving forward. And I learned optimism isn't pretending everything is fine. It's trusting that better days are coming. So when it feels like nothing's working, believe in the morning after the storm. But even with hope in my heart, when the ceiling first started leaking, I wanted everything fixed yesterday. I called several different repair people, tried to juggle family needs, and still expected myself to keep up with everything else. But rushing didn't make anything happen faster. It just wore me out. Eventually, I had to accept that some things take the time they take. What I learned here is patience isn't just waiting, it's how I wait that matters. So, when life slows you down, lean into it. Trust that things will unfold in their own time. And when I finally slowed down, one evening, after a long, chaotic day, I turned off every noisy thing. My phone, the TV, even the ticking clock, and just sat there. No distractions, no demand, just me and the quiet. And in that stillness, I felt my whole body exhale. So the lesson I took from it, it's quiet isn't empty. It's full of answers we can't hear when life is too loud. So, create little pockets of quiet in your days. They are where peace can find you again. And that silence, I found, some mornings I woke up thinking, I can't do this today. But somehow I did. Even if it was messy, even if I needed help, even if I cried along the way. Looking back, it wasn't about being strong all the time. It was about showing up, even when it is hard. The lesson I learned is resilience isn't loud or heroic. Sometimes it's just the quiet courage to keep going. So, celebrate every step you take, even the wobbly ones. They all count. Before we keep going, I'd love to hear from you. Has life ever thrown you a curveball that ended up teaching you something important? If you feel comfortable, share a little piece of your story in the comments. And if you are finding comfort or inspiration here today, it would mean so much if you gave this video a thumbs up, subscribed or shared with a friend who might need a little light right now. So, let's go to S. During the storm chaos, my to-do list got completely out of control. I felt paralyzed by everything I should be doing. So I tore the list in half, circled the 1 or 2 things that really mattered, and let the rest go. Instantly, my heart felt lighter. What I learned is simplicity clears the path back to myself. So when life feels too heavy, ask, what can I let go of today? Then let it go. And once I cleared the clutter, there were days when my time felt like sand slipping through my fingers. I realized I couldn't fit it all in. I had to choose what matters most. Blocking out time for the rest, creativity and connection kept me anchored when everything else felt unstable. What I learned, time isn't something we manage, it's something we honor. And so, protect your time like it's sacred, because it is. Even with better plans, there were moments when I was so hard on myself for not doing enough, for not being stronger. But then I thought, if a friend was in my shoes, I'd be nothing but kind to her. Why not offer myself the same grace? And what I learned is, understanding yourself in your hard moments is a radical act of love. So speak to yourself like someone you deeply care about, because you are. The more grace I gave myself, admitting I couldn't do it all, and letting people see the messy parts felt uncomfortable at first. But once I opened up, I was met with nothing but kindness and support. It reminded me that vulnerability connects us, not divides us. So what I learned is letting others see your struggles invites love into the places you need it most. So, it's brave to be real. Your softness is your strength. And when I allowed myself to be seen, I had a vision of how everything was supposed to go, and it definitely didn't include leaking ceilings and cancelled plans. But once I became willing to adapt, to let the day unfold differently, everything got easier. And what I learned is willingness opens doors that rigid plans never could. So, stay open. Life might be guiding you somewhere even better than you imagined. But to do that, I had to let go of expectations. I expected myself to bounce back instantly, to handle everything gracefully, to stay cheerful 24/7. Reality looked more like naps, tears, and very large mugs of tea and coffee, I have to admit. And that was okay. And again, the lesson I learned. Expectations are heavy. letting them go is liberating. So, release the fantasy of perfect. Show up exactly as you are. That's more than enough. And once I laid down the heavy, there came a moment when no matter how much I pushed, nothing moved forward. I had to surrender, to rest, to trust that not every moment needs to be productive. It's a lesson I learned. Yielding isn't a weakness. It's wise. It's trusting the tides of life. So, pause when you need to. Let life carry you for a little while. And in that rest, when the storms finally passed, I came back to my journal with a deeper love for it and for the resilience it represents. There was a renewed zest in me, not because things were perfect, but because I knew I could find joy even after the hard times. The lesson I learned is zeal doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it's just the quiet flame inside you saying, I am still here. So, reignite your passion. Let your creativity and joy be your homecoming after every storm. And that's the complete flip through from M to Z. A little journey through mindfulness, patience, resilience, and all the messy, magical places in between. If you'd like to see the full playlist for the challenge and how this project began, you'll find the link in the description below. And just a gentle reminder, creativity isn't a race. And life isn't a race too. It's not about keeping up or doing it perfectly. It's about staying in relationship with yourself through all the starts, stops, storms, and sunny days. Every take, every pause, every new beginning is part of your beautiful unfolding story. Thank you for letting me share a piece of mine with you. Until next time, take good care of your heart and keep creating.